Prosecutors allowed the factual basis to be Mom instructed him to do everything. All the acts that led to the death, we know that the cause of death was starvation. So all the acts that led to the starvation he was instructed by his mom. That's the way they did the factual basis of this. I thought that was interesting.
I noticed that too. Every way that it was worded, and his attorney, I'm sure, carefully crafted those words to make clear that he acted only on the instruction of the mother to mistreat and abuse his brother Timothy.
Yeah, and prosecutors were okay with it.
Yes.
Because prosecutors could certainly object to that.
That's fair.
All right, let's bring in our guest, still with us, trial attorney Michael Jaafar. Michael, we've talked about this ad nauseum, what was going to happen. Your thoughts on what we saw in court today?
I was a little bit surprised, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I agree that the factual basis was very favorable to him, looking forward to the sentencing. But I was surprised that there was not a reduction, that there was not some sort of a plea agreement on that would tend to say this is what you're looking at, and you know, the maximum sentence. I was surprised by that, because had it not been for this kid, the mother would not have been convicted. There wouldn't have been enough evidence. The video was bad, but the text messages were nothing, right? It was his testimony, and he leaned into getting his mom convicted. He did the right thing. I was a little bit surprised by that, because now it's in the hands of this judge. This judge is a good judge. But the pre-sentence investigation report, the health evaluation, the mental health evaluation that they're going to submit to this judge could sentence him to 20 years. He could sentence him to more. He could sentence him, obviously, to a lot less. But I was surprised by that. His attorney, by the way, is a good attorney. So I have to assume that they did the best they could, and that was the best they could have. There have been cases I've been involved in where if you were looking at the case from the outside, you would have said, why would that attorney let his client testify or do something? And what they don't know behind the scenes is it's not really up to the attorney a lot of the times. Clients make these decisions. I have to assume that this defendant wanted this to happen this way, and it's not that's the best that his attorneys could have done for him. I just have to assume that, because again, that attorney's a good attorney. He would have done the best he possibly could given the circumstances, and I think the biggest circumstance he had to deal with was his own client's wishes on how he wants the next 5-10 years of his life to go.